blessed week to each and every one of you. This is JDK Rabbit Farm. We welcome you to a new week and the continuation of our questions and answers on rabbit farming, trying to correct some wrong notions and also to instill some fresh ideas into existing farmers and also those who are intending to come into rabbit farming. One common misconception is that rabbits cannot survive without rabbit pellets or rabbit mash, what have you. That is a very wrong notion. Rabbits can survive with or without use of pellets. Rabbit can survive with it. Rabbits will grow without the use of rabbit pellets, rabbit mash. Yes. Do not forget, rabbits are natural herbivorous animals. Just as we have grass cutters which are indigenous to Africa, whereby you find them in our bushes prior to domestication. They eat tubers, they eat different grasses, different greens, and what have you, nuts and what have you, and they survive well. Likewise, that has also now been adopted in domestication, okay, whereby we now endeavor to replicate that same thing, okay. But you will find out that for those who want, if you see how long it takes for grass cutters to grow, oftentimes to boost their growth rate, people begin to infuse supplements, okay? Infuse supplements like corn grains, soybeans, roasted soybeans, and all that, okay? For the growth to be faster and for them to be able to have a variety of things they cannot get where they were under domestication. From just because under domestication you just go and get one or two things for them, one or two grasses, one or two greens, but in the wild they know where they can source for all these things themselves. Are you getting me? So that is how it is in foreign countries where these rabbits originated from. Most of these rabbits, they have them in the wild already. They have them as wild rabbits prior to domestication, okay? So they also know how to survive. They are natural herbivores. They know the tubers, the roots, the tubers, the stems. They could go for the grasses, they could go for the greens, they could go for the nuts, they could go for in the wild, and they will survive. So they can survive on their own without rabbit pellets, without rabbit mash. But why are we now using this? Similar. What are we using the rabbit pellets? Why are we using the rabbit mash? It is nothing more than in domestication, we cannot provide a variety of all the leaves this animal will be able to get on its own if left in the wild. Okay? You cannot provide all to give a balanced nutrition for healthy growth and fast development. So on that note, that is why the pellets or your mash helps to complement the aspects that you have shortfall. I have, as a person, have done rabbit farming using strictly hays, greens, and what have you for a period of 6 months. We have done it while we were children, young children, using only hay. Okay? And there were some challenges which we didn't know it was due to that then. And these are the challenges I am going to point out when you want to do that today. It is easy if you want to do using only hay, sourcing of greens. Okay, it is very easy if you want to do that. If you have just few rabbits, are you getting me? If you're operating on a very small scale, it will be very easy for you to do that. What do you need to do? You need to start getting variety of grasses. You get variety of greens, okay, like you get potato leaves, potato vines, potato peels, okay, to boost their weight. Okay, ugu stem. You are going to get enough guinea grass, Napier grass, or cedar acuta, one leaf that also helps to fasten their growth. Then the palm leaves, okay, the palm leaves, what we call them again, cedar acuta, sunflower, and a whole lot. You are going to start alternating them. You will begin to alternate. That is, you will begin to provide them a variety of them on a daily basis. I bet you, if you try that on a large scale, you will be overwhelmed with stress. You will be so overwhelmed with stress that you will no longer find the rabbit farming. You will even spend a lot of, if you should, and in a large scale, you will need to pay a lot of money for hands that will help you to harvest the varieties that you need to balance their diet. Are you getting me? So oftentimes the pellets, the mash helps to balance the deficiencies that come from your inability to get the varieties that they need. Another thing you should also note, a rabbit that takes pellets, that is fed both pellets and hay, we have an advantage of weight. Okay, for example, let's say a rabbit that is being fed pellets mash along hay, okay, we maybe at 4 months should be able to weigh above 2 kg. But that is fed just only your hay will not hit that 2 kg at that 3.5 to 4 months. It's going to take 1 month extra, 1 month extra time before it can hit that weight. Another challenge you might have is during breastfeeding. You might not be able to get all, mostly if you are experiencing a large scale, you might not be able to get all what the rabbits they need. You might not be able to get all what the rabbits need during lactating for breastfeeding mothers. You might not be able to get everything they need, and you will be having issues of mastitis, okay, lack of breast milk production. You will see that your kids are dying. Another problem again that is in it when you say you want to use only hay, you don't want to use rabbit pellet, okay, is sometimes, so most of these grasses you see, kuzu plant, sunflower, most of them are medicinal plants, okay. You might not know, you will be giving it, you'll be finding out that your rabbits are not getting pregnant because of the various plants that you are giving. Most of them have high medicinal power. You say, okay, they eat bitter leaf, they eat this, you are just feeding them for them to grow. At the end, when it comes to conception, you are doing abortion at the same point in time. You are aborting the kids, okay? So they end up not getting pregnant. That is one of that challenge also there. Except you have to carefully. So it's not really obtainable in large scale. If not, you're going to need to plant a lot and also, okay, in large expanse of land, and you're going to get hands to be able to harvest this for you on a regular basis, okay. And like I said, you might not be able to meet the requirements of your rabbits. Another one is, for example, now let's say those potato leaf, you cannot feed that to just kids that are just about to be weaned or just weaned. Okay, you might lose a lot of your winners because some of these leaves are harmful to them at a very young age, most especially when they have been weaned, just been weaned, and they no longer have the support of the mother's breast milk. Okay, so there are some of those considerations, okay, what we look at to create a balance, and for faster growth and development, also eases your work. Why you need rabbit pellets or rabbit mash, okay. But you don't also feed only the rabbit pellet or the rabbit mash. You must combine it with giving hay on a daily basis because they are natural herbivores, and for them to have a healthy gut, for their digestive system to flow well, you need to provide them hay. They need a lot of fiber, they need natural chewing, they need to chew, they need to wear down their teeth, they need to have that psychological feeling of being in the wild. JDK Rabbit Farm will teach you, we mentor you to success, and will help you set up your rabbit farm. We are located in Ugunami, Olomu, Ughelli South, Delta State, Nigeria.